Oh, damn.
Oi. Itabidi tukua farm.
You know, I think sometimes we find ourselves in these spaces where ni chance yetu ya kureka blank slate.
No, yeah, we've all cried on camera.
Take a breath. It's okay. If you just want to hook up, the phone is amazing.
Amazing.
Tinda. What tindata? Friend FWB means friends
yeah.
But like, okay, I feel okay. And this
Maybe
is
making love, friends.
God damn.
Making love.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Making love and
And
hell
having
yes, hell yes.
Difference ni?
This year, please be kind to yourself. Make a promise to yourself to love yourself a little harder, to give yourself a little more grace than you did last year. And above all else, whatever it is that you go through, understand that life is coming from you. It is not coming at you, okay?
Hi, third wheelers.
You're listening to the JLM podcast. You're with me, Owino.
And I am Bridget.
And I'm Jeff. Okay, I'm joking. My name is THOGUO.
Jeff
I'm
of all the
Jeff.
names. Jeff.
I had a
Jeff.
friend who used to call Jeff, and every time we see him, he's like, "My name is Jeff and I like pancakes." It became a thing. It's a meme. I don't know if you've seen that meme.
No.
Hizo za
Inakaa za
PhD,
wazungu, za watu wa
mazungu
PhD.
Ni watu wazee. It's just old people. Yeah.
The first time mtu wa mzee ameadmit, yani mzee.
I looked at the calendar and I was like, I am turning a sad age.
How old are you turning this year?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about
I
it.
won't judge.
Don't worry about it.
I won't treat you
No,
like
no,
an
actually, no, that's
elderly.
why.
Yeah, we won't think you're ancient
We
or
won't think
vintage.
so.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I am between. I feel like I got stuck at 21. So that's the age you're gonna go with. Forever
Okay.
21.
Forever 21.
Why is every grown person saying, my dad is saying ako 17?
Hi, babako.
Fine boy. He knows what he's on.
White hairs. We're not
Babako
judging.
17.
Anasema-
Basi mi niko 2 years.
Nani? Niko 17 na hakuna mtu ataniambia.
Bas.
What is that?
Because why are people forcing these things on us? Because the sun went around the sun once. Now all of a sudden, no, thank you. I feel 21.
And you're
that's how I'm gonna describe it.
No.
21.
All right.
Watu wazee wako na issues.
Basi unagonga third floor. Yo.
Bado.
Bado, but we are almost there. We are dangerously close.
So I'm thinking 28, 29.
Dangerously close ni 29.
Dangerously 29. Mbona tunajua
But we are not
tunajua
laughing at old people.
Msijali mnafika hapo soon.
Atufiki hapo. Unajua in the next 5 years bado tutakuwa 30.
Can you imagine?
Somebody cannot relate.
Yeah. But okay, one thing I'll say about getting older, and this one, like, I just have to. It's a small flex. You get richer, you have more freedom.
Oh damn.
So I don't know. Like,
Okay, yeah. Pia tuko in our broke years. So
tuko na broke
it's all
it's
right.
real.
But tunajaribu.
ati mnajaribu. Have you seen this place? You guys are doing excellent.
Where
You know we are trust
tunajaribu.
fund babies. As me trust fund yangu iko like 100 million USD. Ya huyu iko like 300 million USD.
Yes, thank you. Thank
We
you
have
for
mansions in
acknowledging.
Runda.
You can tell.
Yeah.
It reflects.
It's yeah.
Thanks. Like today we are going for a sleepover at Bridget's place. Iko Nyeri Estate.
Yeah. Wacheka tu.
but let
Why are
me
you
tell
laughing at our well?
Our wealth. Is
Guys
it
may not
fair?
know
Is
this.
it okay?
You don't understand how nice their setup is. Like, oh my God.
Really?
Like, wako na security times too before uingie huko by the way.
Yeah. Unajua
Unacha
sisi watoto
ID
wa
yako.
trust fund lazima like we have a lot of money.
Yeah.
We need to be kept safe.
But you guys have done such an amazing job.
Thank you. Na umekuwa part of the growth, part of the support. Oh my
Yay.
days.
A small part.
Yeah. Nilikuwa namwambia
No, a big part.
we ran a poll. Yeah, people we should bring back in 2026 and you were mentioned 4 or 5 times.
Imagine. Bring THOGUO back. Arudi.
People like being shouted at.
Nani, people love the truth. I think
Watu wanapenda ukweli.
watu wanapenda
Like,
ukweli. Ama ni ile tu hiyo vulnerability ama
Damn.
Kiboko.
Ndo hiyo.
I wish we could do
Kiboko.
this more often, but
Yes,
I'm glad that you're
please.
here.
Yeah.
Ama every
Thank you for
episode
coming
ama
back.
ukisikia kupopain. Sure.
Nyinyi mnanipatia hizi ma-invite, then I show up. Mtashangaa.
Na tutarecord
Shanga,
deaders.
like tutaongea like
Tutaongea.
tunapenda surprises.
Damn, okay,
Yes,
okay,
please.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll
How
put
are
that on
you?
my calendar.
How
Okay.
are you? How's
How are
22?
you?
Hii ndo debrief yetu sasa ya the new year.
Hello.
Tunaanzia wapi? Tunaanzia like in chronological order from that side.
Tunaanza na ile how is your heart?
Ai.
Therapy session.
Tuko in the second week of 2026.
In the second week of 2026, Bridget, how is your heart?
No, bruh. Like opening up again.
Yes.
Like new
This
things
is what we
new
do.
stuff has happened.
Acha Thogo aanze.
Okay, how
Nimekuwa
is your heart?
nikianza every single time.
Okay, alianza last time. How is your heart?
How is your heart?
It's in the pits.
Oh, damn.
Last year was terrible. Like, okay, last year ended terribly. I went through something, and then when I was going through something, I went through a breakup as well.
Oh, shit.
So I'm starting this year single. Looking for a new place to stay, like reset on everything, you know? I did not think I'd be doing this at this point in my life, but if there's one thing about me, it's hitting the reset button is something that I know how to do well, you know? But I will not lie, I've leaned heavily on my support system, like my friends, my family, you know? And a lot of tears. But, you know, we keep moving, focusing on work and the things that are within my control, taking the breaks that I can, you know. But I can't complain, man. The last time I went through something like this, I was 19, and it was bad. It was so bad. Because I was very poor, and I was very isolated, you know. And that did not help. But I think now it's just very different because there's a lot of love in my life, you know. Yeah. So I'm grateful for that.
Okay. So I go in the pits like that. Like
Ninalia,
you've
lakini
said
na
some
smile
good
'cause
things.
kuna wase, you know?
You've said some good things.
Kama you can open up about it, it means it's oko in the pits ile mbaya. Like, if you open, kind of, what do you think?
I'm the kind of individual who has always had the capacity to name my pain.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay, personally it does. Well, when I open up, I feel like na feel nimeitoa. For some reason, it makes it better. Because I think it's because I also hold things. So letting it out, ni kama a good thing.
A good.
It's a fast step.
I like that you've taken stock of the good and the bad and how the two related. So something bad happened, but some good people came through for you. So yeah, Nile in the pits, but with love.
With love.
It's adulting. The silver lining with adulting is there are days where everything that you will feel is just it's bad. You're just gonna feel terrible, and you need to allow yourself to feel that so that you're able to see the good that is there.
Yeah.
Even though it may be small, the only way you're able to see it and genuinely appreciate it is if you allow yourself to feel the intensity of every bad thing that comes. Because feeling it is what allows you to let it go. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not a hypocrite. I don't tell people things that I don't do myself, you know? So yeah, we'll go through it the way I know is the healthiest way to go through it. But
Okay.
we'll get back on our horse again.
Question.
Do I go next?
Do you, kidogo too, when you're sad, do you go through your posts? Like, you know, you motivate us. You have a whole things like, unaweza kuwa ni kama hata unajiaffirm. Do you go through your posts?
Okay, you need to understand the origin of my post is usually my diary. Okay, so I'll go through my diary and like, oh, but this was a bar, you know? Then sit down and like repurpose it for like,
Content.
and then, you know?
Okay.
So I do go through my diary. I've been going through like my diary when I was like 19, 18. Hey, that boy was tough, you know?
Ulikapitia hizo masiku.
Come
The world would be on fire. Me, I'd be just like, sasa do. Like, I'll just be like, you have to keep it moving. I'm just like, if that guy could see me now, he'd be so proud of everything that we've built,
very
you know?
proud.
Yeah. So that's how it works. So I do go through, I guess, my post through like my diary.
Okay.
Your diary.
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense. How's your heart?
How's my heart?
At you know.
Tuambie.
My heart. I want to say exploratory phase.
Oh my God. Hell yes.
Yeah. but career wise wewe unajua akili yake inagonga vitu zingine.
Sini ametoka acha nisi.
But I want to see what 2026 has in it for me. That's where my heart is.
Okay.
I thought from what Oliona recapitulated last year, I thought there's a job I'd leave, but things took a turn. I'm still in the job, but with a role that I wanted to do.
Yes.
So, of course, I had to rewire my brain kidogo nione, okay, so sijatoka 9 to 5. But I also had to leave another job that I really liked. I was doing, last year nilifanya jobs, guys. So I had to leave another one because I could not do 9 to 5 and still do this other one.
Okay.
I really loved this other one. So I'm in a process of kind of mourning it.
Okay.
The fact that I really loved the job. And I want to go all in now on this new role that I have, that I fought for to get. Career-wise, that's where I'm at. And I think it's constituting a lot of how I'm feeling right now. And also super hopeful about the pod. Like, we are going to push a lot this year. So,
oh my God.
My heart iko ile beating in anticipation and doing my best every single day.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's kapiti, guys.
Hey, thank God. But unajua the last time you were here, Wina was not going through a heartbreak. She went through a breakup.
Go through breakup episodes 2 nilikipata. They laughed at me. Waliniambia hizo vitu zote.
They were bullying you. That's a straight up bullying.
Wakaniambia ndo maana niliwachwa sijui nini. Like, I was going through it, but I went through some of your posts. Ikaniaffirm. So hawa wengine ni haters.
Tulimfanya kuwa strong woman that she is right now. Unaona hata anafikiria tu career nini, making money.
Nini.
You bullied her into focusing on other things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was bullied.
Mwache my girl kabisa.
Hadi watu kwa comments wakasema mwachane na mimi.
Tumeachana na Wino ako better.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of, I don't know. I think it's the way Kenyans cope, right? Because even with my friends, we're just trying to like make humor out of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think hata inakwanga my coping mechanism. I think now, how is my heart? Haya ndio inaanza. Oh my God. I think niko in a situation where like I'm adjusting to things and reaffirming myself. Like I feel nimekuwa in a period where it wouldn't show, it doesn't show, but I was really doubting myself. Like, after it has reflected in some conversations that I've had, like I'm really doubting myself. Like I feel sijui anymore. I feel ni kama I don't feel creative. I don't feel like I can give you the best. Like I don't know where that's a shetani that is coming. Hata nikiwa kwa senke, like when I was on Nanduthi coming, I was affirming myself vibaya sana because I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oi. Itabidi tukuaffirm.
You know, I think sometimes we find ourselves in these spaces where ni chance yetu ya kuwrite a blank slate.
No, yeah, we've all cried on camera.
Take a breath. It's okay.
Yuck.
It's not yuck. You're going through something.
Yuck. Yuck for real, guys. Msiniangalie.
Sawa tukuangalie.
We're not joking. But you know, I think you have to understand a fundamental thing about where you are in the sense that time will teach you that everything that you've ever produced, everything that you've ever made that was magical, it is something that came from you. Yeah. It's not something that fell from heaven. It is something that was put in you from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
So at whatever stage, you will reproduce at even higher rate, you know?
Oh, damn.
You will scale that mountain again and again. It's just that sometimes when those seasons were, that's just not where our heads are at, you know? So you take a breath, you reset, and you try again, you know?
And I appreciate because imekuwa like such a slow week for me. Like imekuwa too such a lazy week. Like kuamka, scrolling, sleeping. Hadi nika watch Love Island. So niko vitu watu walikuwa na debrief sijui how many months ago. Ndio mimi naambia sister yangu, naambia nilikwambia watch kitu kitambo. Niko no, I don't even like Huda. I like Olandria. Sijui nani. Yeah, so imekuwa such a slow week, like easing in. Like I was telling Thogo before we even started shooting, like tunaulizana how our year has been, like tuko aje. So by the way, if you don't know, the last week of December, I was working at my dad's nini. He opened a club. It's called Bondo Square Sports Lounge. It's really doing a good job, actually. And you're working for my dad, like getting to know how things happen. Ilikuwa such an interesting experience. Mi sikujua in my life nitaka nikuwe hapo mtu wa sales, mtu bartender, niende ni make sure watu wako sawa.
Kama peleka Jameson 2 table 12
kama unasumbua na kuitia bouncer lakini ni interesting bouncer ananifuata. Oh my god.
Trust fund baby.
Na wewe bouncer kona mwili guys. Anaitwa Alan, shout out. I'm just saying. No, because he's a nice person actually. But so I think ilikuwa such an interesting experience, also learning the business side, like how things happen. I also got to learn about my family members, like learning about my family members as an adult. Imekuwa such a hard pill to swallow, like yuck. Like it's crazy, like oh my god, I'm not even saying like this is my auntie, this is my like ile auntie uncle. I'm seeing it as unasikia vitu interesting uko, oh damn, like I'm an adult and I can actually take things in.
You can know stuff.
You can know stuff, and it's crazy. This is not the uncle, the auntie, the nani you knew when you were young. Like unamwita tu auntie ujui so many things. Sai unakuja unajoko. It was so crazy. Like ilikuwa na so many things at the time. I think there's one time I even like niliamka tu asubuhi nikalia. I was weeping because I was like, oh my god, this is a lot to take in. I think once again another opportunity because THOGUO is here. I hate being a firstborn, and I think people don't get it because I feel like people really trust me with their things, and I'm also someone who I think niko na empathy na pia nina feel ako ka duty kaku, like taking it, like imekuwa so crazy. Like I have seen how our family dynamics is both like as a family, business wise. Imekuwa too so much, like it's imekuwa too crazy. So even having this slow week, not thinking about so many things, not indulging in things. I have not even talked to people as much, I think. Even being like online, I don't think I've been online as much too.
Imekuwa time for you.
Imekuwa too like a time for me because that is something I thought I'd do when I like change environment, when I go to Ushago. I thought that is something I would have done. Mashallah, my parents had not missed me. They just wanted my MBA skills ziende zikuwe applied huko kwa hiyo club.
Oh.
Which is okay. Like, yeah, it's still okay. But then again, at least when I came now, nimeanza the year slowly, and I was talking to one of my friends. It's called Tuka. Like, by the way, I've never seen you starting a year slowly. Vizuri. Like, I think you actually needed it. Nico, you can't be wise. Crazy.
Kai, crazy. You doubted Tuka's wisdom.
No, it's banter. But yeah, so then, and I'm here and I'm excited. I'm also anticipating for the year. Like, I feel the past 2 years imekuwa na plot twist sana, and I want this year, hata kama ni plot twist ikuwe plot twist mzuri. Like, this is not something I anticipated, this is not something I waited for. Nile, I wanted this, and imekuja even more than I expected. That is what I'm really praying for. And
Amen.
Also to Nini, I think my theme of the year is to be very shameless. I'm a very scared
Yes,
person.
please. Yes, please. Yes, you need to be shameless. Yeah.
I really want to be shameless.
Yeah, shame is a construct.
It is. So I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay, umedebrief vizuri. Come on.
It takes a lot to be that vulnerable.
Thank
Yeah,
you. I'm really trying. Yeah. I haven't started. Okay. I've started being active on my YouTube channel again.
Yes, that's another key win. That litupea vlogs mbili moto.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
December.
So I love vlogging actually. So besides,
check them out.
yeah. If you love
that's so
vlogs,
fun.
I think you'll enjoy. So yeah, I'm still figuring it out, like how I want that channel to be. Like, not necessarily like it can't be podcasting because sasa mbona ni bonge peke yangu na tuko na wino hapa. Like, I think even doing a solo podcast has never been in my mind at all. Just I love even nikama documenting my life too. I was saying in that video, like, funeral yangu, I don't want eulogies or something. people just binge watch that YouTube and just know how my life
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Yeah, so
Okay. Viabridge aliplan funeral yake kwa hiyo vlog. Akasema to select videos zenye to watch.
si kusema mselect mwanzo
Tutawatch yote?
the whole day.
Kwani funeral yako ni wiki mzima?
The whole day mwanzo tu like
To binge watch. So tusiandike eulogy.
a speech sitaki ni watch lakini muonge kiasi ndio mkwe tu na content ya vlog.
Gen Z's are to beat allegations.
Vlog everything alafu caption ya hiyo the last video iko the end because sasa ni dedi.
Okay. Alafu sasa video ya funeral yake sasa ndio itakuwa the last video.
That's the last video
on the on the page.
But I'm curious, like why were you thinking about the end so vividly?
No, it was just a random thought. I was like, because I'm like, I think even seeing my mother grow, I was like, I'd want to see how my mom alikuwa akiwa mdogo. I feel like kungekuwa na socials kitambo. I'd want to see my mom's TikToks. I'd want to see like ni nini alikuwa anafanya akiwa mdogo. Like unaona tu like ningekuwa na opportunity ya kustalk mama yangu, I think I would have taken it very seriously. And just I don't know my mom apart from her being my mom. I'd want to know her besides
Before
her being
she
my
was
mom.
your mom.
Yeah, like ni mimi nilikuja nika gatekeep maisha yake, ni mimi like naweza penda tu kujua tu.
Yeah.
But yeah, so niko I'm making it easier for my children. If you want to see, can see. And just but it's not ati I'm not anticipating death, but then again I'm also not scared of it.
Okay.
Quite interesting, but I feel like I'm at a point I'm quite not scared of it. So yeah, cool.
Hey.
That is the beginning of being shameless. When you
Beginning
realize
of being shameless.
at the end of it all, we all die.
Yeah,
Make
we
sure
do
you
die.
make
And
it make sense to you, you know?
I don't know, when you say you're not afraid of death, does it mean you're also not afraid of the means in which it comes? Because it comes in painful ways.
Yeah. Hope I die a
think
peaceful
that's-
death, like I'm just cute.
She died at the tender age of 89.
Tender. That's old, manzi. That's old.
89 sumeishi?
I mean,
89 is good.
You'd want to fika even 100.
me honestly speaking, I think, and this is gonna sound really sad, but okay, it is the core of what gives me a lot of freedom.
Okay.
When I was like younger, I had like mental health issues, and I was like, I really struggled with it.
Okay.
I told God, cheki shuka mami nipande lakini tunakutana brother.
Oh,
And we met.
damn.
And I had my aha moment, and I realized one thing. It will come one day in a way that you don't expect it. The same way I have experienced it with people around me, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I owe myself is every single day live in such a way that if this was my last day, I'd be proud of what I did with my day. You know? So I make sure I take care of me, love on me, love on my people. I make sure I do something enjoyable as frequently as possible. Miss Jinyimangi, by the way. Of course, you plan for the future.
Yeah.
But I'm from like Mount Kenya. I'm telling you, these guys would save until they're 80. And then you die sad, old, miserable, eating, drinking your cake, and then your children fight over your property.
That's crazy work.
That's not gonna be me. You know, I'm gonna make sure that whatever it is that I do, it's something that fulfills me at the bare minimum. And ironically, that's not much, you know.
Okay.
But I think people don't like talking about it as much in terms of thinking about the fact that our time here is limited.
It really is. In as much as I wish it forever looks like a lot. I think the only thing I'd miss, maybe the FOMO ya to a future. Like if you have a cooler life, if things will be way easier. Like I think things are easier now compared to how things were in the past. But I'm feeling like maybe vitu zitakuwa way easier. I don't know whether it will be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then again, like nile too, inaweza kuwa interesting. If maybe there's an afterlife, I'd want to watch the future like on a TV and see how it is.
Do you
Like
guys
it's
believe in
just
that?
being curious.
Like the afterlife thing?
Reincarnation. I want to be reincarnated as something else. I hope it's true.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that there's life after death?
Yes.
And do you think that affects how you live your life right now?
It does not affect, like, it's the acknowledgement that some people believe in it. It might be true or it
Yeah.
might be, but it's not assured. I'm assured of what's happening right now.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm just like,
Me, I think that heavy belief in the afterlife ndo inafanyanga cults. Vitu kama cults ina prosper.
That's what people just do messed up things because they believe somehow there will be another life where I get to redo it again. And you're like, oh my God, you treated all your children like garbage.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you know those super religious women, I meet them sometimes and you're like, they're in their 50s and they have served the Lord and failed their children. You're like, Jehovah, what is the matter with you? Where did the plot go wrong? You know, because that's something that I always like kind of ask myself, especially like, and I think that's something we're more in touch with our generation because our generation has lost a lot. Like 29, like when you go to like the COVID pandemic, the mental health crisis that we are facing. So many of us have disproportionately buried people when you're young, you know. And you find like those are the questions that, and that's why I feel like watu wengi, they've stopped, let's say, having a faith system. And it's a faith system, they've stopped believing in God, they've stopped being Christians, you know. And I think that causes a lot of issues, especially like even in relationships, because I went on a date accidentally.
Date accidentally?
Yeah.
Describe 20 marks.
what do you mean accidentally going on like, niko date?
I wanted to have ice cream.
Okay.
And
Let's go.
nasemanga sijinawangi. So there's this place in Village Market. It's at the food court at the top. It is the ice cream is just
Oh, really?
I know it.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good. So I posted on my WhatsApp, and one of the people who I thought were my friends, she's like, I'm around. Let's go. I was like, pets. We go. We have ice cream. It's a fantastic time. Now, me in my head, this is just my homie. Like we barely talk, but when we talk, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Talking, and then she's like, let me tell you about Jesus.
Oh my God.
You know, I've always wanted to fall in love with a man as intellectual as you, who can develop a deep relationship with Jesus. That wasn't even the worst part. The worst part is, and I'm kusema my story, let's just go somewhere, we get cocktails, I get something to eat. And
Oh my
a day.
God.
So we change.
The accidental date.
No, we change I'm like that with everyone. So to change locations. We change locations, we go to this place in Two Rivers, and it's nice, it's beautiful. And then kidogo, me seafood imekuja. Nasema, see, you'll go home, you're good? Huh? She's like, no, you know, let me just drop you off.
Hey.
Kufika kwa gari, you know, you have to do the paying thing. So we're there.
For parking.
And she's like, she comes close to me. I'm wondering what's going on. She tries to kiss me, and I'm just like, what's going on here? So kutoka hapo nikatoka kwa gari, I got an Uber and I went home. I come home and I find out she has a boyfriend. The guy is Sudi. The guy is armed. And I'm just like, I could have died over what?
Oh my days.
Nipigwe risasi ya rasa kwa sababu. Do you know, and that's dating has become so complicated, and I get it now. I was in a relationship for so long, and I get it now. I get why you guys are struggling. I understand where it's coming from, you know?
Are you anticipating to get into the relationship again?
I need time.
Yeah.
I need time. I need time to touch grass, go outside.
Yeah.
One thing, I told myself I'll take my own advice. If I was my own client, I would tell myself to take at least 6 months for myself.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a year.
So July clock hivi.
Mtuambie tutawapea namba.
Tuna release namba yako.
No, but like I feel like siku hizi, and by the way, this is something I feel like it's people don't talk about it enough, right? What is the fixation of communicating so much over the phone? Like, I don't understand how you guys get to know each other, because I remember when I was starting to date my girlfriend, I take her on real dates to know. Like, I use the phone to organize how we're gonna meet. But these people have entire relationships over the phone, then they get surprised when this person lies to them. You're like, what did you expect? They could make up the entire personality. And
you'll never know.
You know, like, and it's like, I guess that's how people are operating now, you know? I slide into your DM, you look good, and I'm like, alafu?
Yeah.
To do?
Like phones are our lives right now.
That's fine, but where did we get? I think it's making us lose the capacity to date in a healthy way. If you're intentional about dating, if you just want to hook up, the phone is amazing.
Amazing.
Tinda. What tindata?
These days it's not even that complex. Somebody just posts a thirst trap on their story. 48 hours later, they're canoodling with someone. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, unapata saizi, like, if you're looking to intentionally date and the way you're going about it is just, I saw this girl on the internet. My guy, my dear, nikubaya. It's just going to be a mess. And I know it does work out sometimes, you know. But I feel like the art of getting to understand, like, let me give you an example, right? If I came and I told you, you know, I'm a billionaire, I'm all these things. Ukiniangalia utajua tu.
Utajua nini?
Utaniangalia useme, unasema uko hivyo, lakini hizo viatu.
As he give billionaire energy.
Like, na feel billionaire is jisema.
You know, like, leave alone like the small things. Like, oh, no, you'll be able to tell so much about a person if you give yourself the opportunity to actually sit down, have these conversations with them, you know. But it breaks my heart that in terms of how we date, I think maybe ni anxiety.
But me najuanga, and I've said this before, I don't think I'd fall in love with someone over the phone.
You sure?
Well.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, why not? What are
Like-
the things that draw you back?
Nataka feel who you are. I always it's always a gap for me. Like I need to feel that in first. And the people I've been interested in, fortunately, like nimewa encounter in person first. Then now texting, whatever was like came after knowing them.
Yeah.
And I hope to keep it that way.
Damn.
I think on the phone, mi hata ukinikatia na simu, I think 99% chance you're gonna fail. In person, it might be okay. Labda personality yako ina bamba. Let's see.
There's a chance.
Yes.
Do you think you're part of a majority or minority?
Good question.
A minority for sure.
Because
Yeah.
oh my
Maybe
God.
minority.
Minority.
Do you feel like people, because like I'll give you an example, right? It's so typical. Like you'll take somebody out on a date, you sit down with them, and you realize who they were on the phone is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like unapata mtu ako maybe we call it maybe being nervous or whatever, right? But so many people wait for that online personality to meet a person, like they're meeting for so long, and it never actually happens because so many people embellish. Like mtu anajaribu kujishow they're the person that you want, you know. And I think the risk of putting yourself out there is what stops people from like, by the check me like, I would like to take you out on a date, and, you know. But then you say that, then you see videos online. The worst you can say is no. Upate mtu alichapa na chapati, akaitwa sijui nini. Niggas get insulted. You know, so it's a 50-50.
Yeah,
but if you're
it's a
looking for
risk.
something serious, no risk, no reward, you know.
No risk, no reward.
Well, I
Let's
think
see.
it depends.
What do you mean?
You'd fall in love with someone online.
Falling in love is a big word, but I think I'd actually like a person through texting because most of the time I'm always on my phone. And I feel like I also communicate very nice on texting. So I feel like maybe it'll just grow as a habit, talking to the person, not necessarily falling in love, but there will be that excitement, like to talk to someone, sending someone memes, danganyaring each other. The akoka excitement too. I think it just
But
make me excited.
very short-lived.
Yeah, very short-lived though, because maybe I'll get bored, or maybe when the conversation turns sexual, or maybe when the conversation does what. Inakonga short-lived, so I don't think I would fall in love. Then I just move on, next person, get excited again.
And you would not want to meet the person?
If I've seen the picture, I'm like, maybe we need to continue texting.
Ukisema picture sasa tunakumbuka vitu zingine zenye ulitumiwa last year.
Were you catfish?
No, I've just sent nudes. See, it's interesting. Like a man
Oily.
sending you
Unsolicited.
nudes.
It was oily
No,
to make it worse.
there are different flavors.
Kulikuwa na
I'm just gonna
oily na
say.
non-oily.
Kajama
And I
is
didn't-
different, and then he sent pictures. What do you mean?
No,
Like,
I didn't ask for
Oh,
it.
it's
He's just like, let me show you something. Sure.
Viwansne.
Me, personally, she was like,
Viwansne.
I mean,
oh my God.
yeah. And well, even the
think-
conversation even ilikuwa short-lived because I was like, oh damn, hey, I love the courage, but then again, well,
Did it work though?
once again, it looked good, but
Siri ni baby.
ilikuwa
Baby
oil.
oil kweli kweli.
Yeah, but ilikuwa ilikuwa short-lived because akukuwa na, but I also I think I talk to people with different purposes. Kuna weze maybe inaweza kuwa sexual actually. Kuna wenye maybe inaweza kuwa tunaweza like maybe we share interests and we can have really nice conversations, because also napendanga sometimes kukua so triggered, like what are you thinking about, what am I thinking about, like sharing opinions like that, hata kama ziko nile controversial as well. I think nime grow to a point I'm very open minded, but then again, in as much as hata itakuwa maybe if we don't share value systems, vitu kama where I draw the line is feminism ama nini ama vitu bare minimum, like equality is such a bare minimum thing. Nini ingine ni such a bare, like kuna vitu bare minimum zenye hata tuwezi argue ama sijui I'm going to keep an open mind about it. But then I think talking to different people with different purposes, like najua tu nataka tu story na huyu, nataka tu maybe tukwe tu tuna hang out na huyu, it will just depend too.
Okay. Okay, because
friends with see benefits, but it is friends. Ni vile tuliharibu the term friends with benefits.
Tuliharibu the word
but it literally
tuliharibu aje.
Friend FWB means
Yeah,
friends
friends
are
are
working.
yeah.
But like, okay, I feel okay, and this
Maybe
is
making love. Friends.
God damn.
Making love.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Making love and
And
hell
having
yes.
sex.
Hell yes.
Difference ni?
If you're being rammed like a slot machine, my dear, that's fucking, you know? But
No,
if
no,
these
that's
are-
sex.
That's just, all of it is sex.
Making love is like with the emotion to it.
Yeah.
The passion of it.
Romance.
Very romantic.
Romance, some wine, nice conversation, foreplay, music.
God, I beg.
What are you begging for?
But to be honest, right? And I think this is like an important thing to talk about, right?
Okay.
I'm struggling to understand how quickly we get to that sexual aspect of relationships, right? Like, and I'm sorry to say, like, I have been single 3 weeks, right? And during that period of time, the amount of people who believe that sex is an opening to you guys getting to know each other. I'm not one to like shame anyone for it, because believe me, like I've been around when I was younger, but like niko hapa najaribu kufikiria, right? You don't know me, right? I could be a sociopath, right? I could be naweza kuwa na magonjwa hata ujue.
Oh, yes.
You get what I mean? But just because that feels like and it's just so normalized.
Yeah.
And of course, I understand we're human beings, but where did we get to the point where, like, and I think maybe the attitude utagongewa, because easy come, easy go. That's just what everybody's experiencing. You meet somebody like 2-3 days later, you are sleeping with them. You know, 2-3. Okay, help me understand, because maybe I feel like I've been out of it for too long, right? What goes through somebody's mind? You're like, okay, say Leo, tumeongea, the vibe is vibing. You know, I get having a good time, but yo,
Well,
how do
As a virgin.
as a virgin. Let me as a virgin. I think maybe sometimes, I don't know, I'm speaking for a friend. Unacheka nini kama unanijua?
Talk to us about your friend.
So I think my friend maybe ilikuwa tu like a slow burn. It has never been talked about it. You guys have never talked about it, but maybe you have seen each other. But then now it comes to the actual thing, because I tend to believe sometimes even by the time maybe if it's hooking up with someone you don't know, like that first day is crazy work. I feel like some of my friends have a friend of mine told me they hooked up with a person that they knew, but like they've not had the conversation, but like, I see you see me, but then it actually happens, and just that's it, and I've never even felt bad about it. Imekuwa tu, moving on with life. I don't think it's as serious
As that, right?
I don't think so. I
Like to go
genuinely-
very carefree.
Yeah, which I think it's kind of nice. But then again, you also have to maybe.
Is it like a personality thing? Because I feel like if you're like a romantic, that will never work. Because I remember even like when I was hoeing, I felt like nilikuwa nasikia kaa nyama like the next morning.
Oh, damn.
You ever like sit on the edge of the bed just with your feet like this, wondering, Mwangi, why?
Oh, damn.
What brought me here? And it's not because maybe they were not pretty, not because it's because first and foremost, if they were pretty and I like them, I'm like, why did I ruin this? Like, why did I, you know? And if it's somebody who I was not even that interested in, I'm just like,
Why?
Like,
I need to take a shower, you know?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, I need to, but I feel like there are those personality types, Luna Samat, like, it's just an easy thing. But let's be honest, right? Vile vitu ziko. Nairobi being the hot spot for gonorrhea that it is.
oh, damn.
Why? A hotspot for gonorrhea.
It is.
What wako na gonorrhea?
Kachonjo, dear.
Nikubaya.
Kina nani?
You guys didn't, like, remember last year, December, the Ministry of Health released a report. I'm not going to quote them. You can go look it up yourself.
Yeah.
And they did Spotify Raptia Mevirusi. My friend. Hey, we are chatting.
Actually, so many people have Nini. It's crazy work.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah, I've been talking about this because
Kaswende.
Kaswende.
Kisonono.
na huwezi jua. You can't, and people think apana. No. Kajama ka light skin kamekuza manze. They are smiling at you. You guys like next thing you know.
But is it
you're
wezangi
crying
could
when
tell
you're
from the genitals? This takes time.
I think there's not enough education when it comes to understanding how that kind of works. Some people just think, anakonga naka birthmark weird. And like, my day is not supposed to look like that.
Oh gosh.
But I think it's important to tell people this, right? You have to be very, very, very intentional about the people you share your body with.
Yes.
Now, whatever that looks like for you, have a criteria, okay?
Yeah.
Useme, okay, at least nikuwe nimejua mtu X amount of time to keep yourself safe. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's something that just keeps, hey, unakutana na mtu aje, and it's like, you know, at least just,
It's just
you want to have another shot and just, tumekutana leo. Like, you know what I mean? And everybody looks at me weird when I have that conversation. I'm just like, come on.
It's not, it's actually, I think someone, at the time you're doing it out of what you're feeling, alafu sasa ndio, after the moment, alafu sasa ndio inakuja inakuhit. Like, I think hooking up, I've not heard of someone who has hooked up like consciously. Either they're drunk or something. Then when it's in our hit,
my feelings are your time.
oh, yeah.
No, come, that's a lie, though. That's a lie. You ever been
It
with those
happens to
friends?
sober people.
It happens to sober people as well. Well, yes, too.
Me, I just think we don't interact with the consequences
Yes,
enough. Like,
we
We
don't.
dissociate from that part.
like
vibaya
hautakuwa in
sana.
that moment na ukumbuke
Kaswende.
HIV sijui is now almost a pandemic right now.
But like,
We till tupewe hizo stats za Ministry of Health
but
ndio
it was in the
utakuwa like,
newspaper,
oh
it was front
shit.
page.
Newspaper watu wangapi wanasoma nini
Not so
though?
many people are reading the
Gazeti.
newspaper.
Okay, you see, in the age of information, ignorance cannot be an excuse.
So yes, now that's ignorance because aukumbuki that's the reality
Yeah.
of the society you're living in on a day-to-day basis.
Because, like, let's be honest, and you know, it starts off so innocently, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you have a friend who's gone through a breakup. Typical example, right? And they'll be like, ay, nah, come, let's go out. That's what to say, tukusaidie usahau dem. Typical, right?
Kusaidia usahau hiyo day.
Or
Damn.
you girls are going out and you're like, nah. Today, whatever happens. And you know exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
You know,
Get lucky.
next thing you know, you get that. But that's the thing, right? Are you getting lucky or are you just throwing dice and hoping everything works out well? Because that's crazy business.
it really is.
Because to be hizo miaka, we start asking ourselves those critical questions and start being a positive influence to the younger generations.
Real. Because
For real. Use protection,
but
whatever.
not even abstain, guys.
Absent unajua you work sai.
That's what.
I work.
Have a criteria for yourself.
Una
you know?
confirm.
I work. Ina work. Mimi ina work. I'm almost turning 24 and I've been a virgin all my life. So you can imagine, like, it's not as hard as you guys make it seem.
That's so true.
Thank you.
Yeah. That is actually ajaidanganya.
Thank you, Miriam.
Yeah.
It takes you a long way.
Miriam.
Guy,
Sorry.
that's
Yeah.
it.
That's so true.
What goals do you guys have for yourself this year? What do you guys want to achieve, like in terms of just personally? Nataka kujiona wapi?
It's crazy because Jonito alituuliza hiyo swali pia.
Really?
Alafu tukasema
Tuna ma goals.
tunakaa tuko na
Tunaka-
I mean-
tuna
forward thinking
ambitions.
ladies.
Mnataka to friends.
Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because nimeona like, and I think this is something like, okay, it's really got to me, right? we have so many people who are in a phase of their life where it's like, this has to be my best year in terms of achievement, you know. And unapata, like, I don't know, like, that's okay, you know. But then you have a bunch of people who, they don't know how to vocalize the fact that this is a year they just need to breathe, you know.
Oh, yes.
Because that shame of like, what do you mean? You know, everybody's trying to get it, you know. It's like, yeah, me, I'm just hoping, ikifika December, niko hai, na nimeshiba, you know, like, and it's like, how do you reconcile those two? Because I think I'm in that space with a lot of my friends, where it's like, tumefanya kazi for so long, and you're like, another year of let's go get it. Na hii serikali ya Ruto and everything you're dealing with, you're like, what are we doing here, you know?
Personally, I'm someone who anticipates New Year sana. Like genuinely inakuanga like a new year for me. Like na feelingi ni a moment to start over, cha ukweli. So I get where people like Nico podcast. Inanisumbua, sorry guys. So I feel like a new year, I don't know, me na feelingi it's genuinely new, like a chance to start over, a chance to reset, to start all over again. So I think with people reclaiming every year is their new year, it's like they have a chance. Like, you know, sometimes you feel akiwa vitu haziendi vizuri, but like ako a new year or a sense of beginning, like inakupea some sort of hope.
Rejuvenation.
Yes, so anticipate even maybe from the things you never achieved, or maybe from the things you felt like you maybe ulikuwa lazy about it and you never worked on them. Like, this is your time to start all over again. Maybe with now where you're saying like work, it's because you've always been working and you've put in the work. Others maybe they have not, and this is the time they want to. Exactly, and they want to, I have to focus. Na nile pia bado na grow as well, so ni kama a reminder, you need to do better, no?
That's true, I hear you. But I think, like, for me, the question that comes to mind is like, right? A lot of the times the growth that we seek comes from us just taking care of ourselves, right? Let me give you an example. And with it breaks my heart because 844 really did a number on us.
Yeah.
You go through a system that consistently rewards you for achieving something tangible, right? Forgetting there are many intangible things that happen that symbolize a lot of growth, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're working on becoming a better person, because becoming a better person will make you become better at everything else, right?
Yes.
Now, a person like that going into this year saying, I'm hoping to learn to be more patient, to be kinder to myself, versus a person who's like, this year I want my career to look like A, B, C, D, E, F, C. You know what I mean? Now, those two people are working on two equally important things. And I feel like we've gotten to a point where I wish I could tell like the 21-year-old version of me, you see, everything that you want to achieve, it'll happen. Lakini, hii mambo ati ukiona ati, if I don't get here, this is a failure or success. That's the thing that cuts off your feet. And you end up like, now you're exhausted. And you're like, the year started is like, you know, hii mwaka tutaishi. And you know, ironically, when you're in that space of just trying to take care of yourself, that's when you produce the best. Because we forget everything that we do comes from us genuinely, you know.
Oh, damn.
Because that's the thing I was trying to figure out, right? Like, fine, to go at the beginning of the year, it's a new chance for rejuvenation.
Yes.
But are you a happier version at the end of it all? As much as you may be accomplished, are you more fulfilled with your life? Are you in a place in your life where you're genuinely like, yes, it's closer to what I want it to be? You know, in whatever version, you know?
Okay.
Because do you know why I'm saying that? KCSE results will talk. You know?
Yeah.
700,000 kids will not go to a tertiary institution. Now,
Rise of Gigaton, as Johnny was saying.
Sasa, watu wamekaa chini wanafikiria, sasa maisha yangu, what am I going to do with it, right? We're living in a Kenya where the prospects, we're very lucky. We are very lucky. We are very lucky. You know, this is the year you're having siblings, cousins, you're moving into your place because kunaka vile kunaka, you know. So you ask yourself one question: what is it that I could tell them that would help them understand, by the way, auko pabaya, you know? It might suck right now, but if you work on you, eventually, when the opportunities come, you know. I don't know if I'm making sense.
It is making sense a lot. Now, after it relates sana with being in a system that's only rewarding you for tangible things, or rather the things they've decided to focus on.
Either ulipita mahao ama ulianguka.
Yet I remember, like, there are times maybe sikupata the grade that I wanted or my parent wanted.
Okay.
But maybe that's the time I built really strong friendships. But there was no way of accounting for that.
Yeah.
Or that's the year that I really learned how to be responsible. Sikupoteza shati. Lakini hakuna mtu anaenda kucount.
Yeah.
By there, Ali take care of all her shopping. Alimaliza kila kitu on time, nini. And so that's now going to be the same burden here. These are the 700K plus kiddos. Because they've only learnt one way of accounting for whether you've lost or not.
Okay, yeah.
And thing is, the system is not yet ready to absorb
anyone.
They're
not like
not
that.
even the watu walipita. Like, utaingia tu uni uone how messed up things are.
Tashanga.
Like, I think we keep digging ourselves deeper into this hole that we are in.
And it breaks my heart because our toy, and I say our toy, hata sisi ni watoi by the way.
Real.
This
Especially when
Especially
I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy. Because like
21-year-old
boy. Because
Yes.
these 700,000 kids are being added to a pile of like 5 million people.
Exactly.
And now sasa wale walienda tukafanya madegree, tukafanya kazi ya mjengo. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ulifanya kazi ya mjengo?
Yes, nimeuza kuku, nimeuza makaa.
Kweli na degree.
Yeah.
Not my portion.
No, but I'm saying that. But look
Okay.
at where am I at right now?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
PhD.
Point is, I wish when I was at that age, somebody told me that unasikizi vitu zote that you can't control.
Yeah.
Hizo zitakuja. What can you control right now? Right? Okay. What is it? What information am I absorbing? What and don't try make yourself valuable in terms of papers and whatever. That's also good. But try be a person who finds solutions and start with you. Start with the small things in your life, right? So kama umemaliza, right? The first thing people struggle with is that small cash flow. Yeah. Be the young guy who starts like a small business. Don't be the young woman who's like, wacha nitafute kitu ya kujituma. And you know why I'm saying that, right? You see, that is within your control. Kama uko na kangiri moja, say, let me go try this and that. Give myself something to do, you know? Yeah. But every single time, like, especially during this season, you're like, nah. If it does not look like this, if you're not aiming for a career that looks like this, maybe it's not a goal worth chasing. And at the end of the day, for some of us, the reality will be is we will slightly be maybe even in the same position where we were when we started. And it's not because we're behind. It's not because we're failing. It's because that is the circumstance that we find ourselves in, you know. Not to say there will not be seasons in our life where we'll skyrocket, you know. But how do we help people like make peace of where they find themselves? Because our say utapata, this is the time where watakuwa frustrated, wajaribu kutafuta ma relationships, they start having kids. Unaona TikTok imejaa. Come help us. Unakumbuka
tap.
Always. My boda boo. I've been loving that content.
Ukiangalia the timelines, it usually comes at a specific amount. Like inaanzianga, let's say, si watu hiyo walitoka shule December, si ndio?
So November.
I think November, like
November,
that period too.
November, okay.
December.
And this one, this clip mtana muangalia tena. February hapo. Ikifika February, when they realize things are bad, now they start having kids. Ikifika February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Utawapata TikTok sasa. It's me. Haven't you noticed that trend?
Me, I've not been noting it like that, but
God.
it's a trend worth seeing.
No, because when you work with this individual like groups, you come to understand like that's just the repetitive pattern, and it's because nobody helps these people understand. Like, by the way, that's not the only way. That's the time to focus on you, you know. But because the only people who can understand them are their peers, so they end up just creating this. And by the way, not to say amta make, lakini mambo kupata watu mkiwa 19.
Not now.
To watch it.
But that's where I think community really comes in. And I'm saying this because last year there's a time I was at a workshop na ilikuwa based Mukuru kwa Ruben. Ilikuwa things to do na, you know, human settlements, informal settlements, river, because those are the issues that are deeply affecting that area. And we went to this community CBO, community-based organization, but it's based in arts and culture. So it's like an art center, but for the community. And they found anaitwa Shabu. Shout out to Shabu. It's not like he watches this thing, but I really respect that man. He has set up first of all, Amegro, he's like 50 in his 50s, 60s. A very well-known artist, actually, visual artist. He has set up an art center for watu wanajifunza usanii. And then he has also set up a small class. Now, usidhani it's anything bougie. Mabati tu. Kuna place ya exhibition spaces za watu wenye wanafanya art, the young kids. And then he set up a place for them to learn tech. So on the day that I went, there was an ongoing class, and they were just being taught. Kuna like people just sharing 2-3 computers at different desks, and he said that a good number of these people wangekuwa may end up in very many, especially the babes, like being pregnant is so rampant. Mtu akimaliza form 4, there's nothing looking na kuna mbaba naka, kuna kijana naka kuna pesa mahali maybe anafanya buda ama mjengo. Like watu uelewa, like that's the norm. Like it's very great, it's such a great difference for someone kumaliza form 4 amepata D- ama E, but then ameketi kwa a class ana learn JavaScript kidogo tu, like anaendelea tu kujua. And if community does not step up in that way, then we are not going anywhere. Because this was a class of like 40 kids. Na one alternate ni wengi, by the way. Like he is making a difference. So kuna watu wanakujanga Monday, Tuesday, alafu there's a lot here Wednesday, Thursday, like that sort of. So you can imagine in a week kuna rotation ya 80 kids when they're being taught how to see things differently. And I want to be that person in community who we don't just look at statistics and like, guys, 700K wame nini, watafanya nini.
But okay, and this one I'll tell you now from my perspective of having to study and understand how do we actually solve these problems on a larger scale, right?
Okay.
You see, those community groups, they exist because there's a gap. There's somebody who's supposed to be doing a job that they aren't, right? And the problem with community groups, they're not well-resourced and they're not enough. They will take away a percentage. And with the best case scenario, we're looking at the places where they get the most money, they do maybe 15%, right? But you know what that leaves for the rest? Wameachia dunia. You know, and you know what is freely available right now? It's information. When I say information, it is having these conversations to help people understand, by the way, this is why you find yourself where you find yourself, right? But taking this route will mess you up. You get what I mean? But at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge something, and by the way, this is the thing that makes people really upset, right?
Okay.
That man is a maverick, but he's a singularity. Many people like him are the ones, you know, and God bless them. And we should continue supporting people like that, you know. But that's a sinking ship in terms of the entire entity, right? And I say in the entire entity, you find yourself in a place where these kids, they need to go to school. They need institutions to absorb them so they can take these skills somewhere. They can actually value addition, you know, so that they can be of economic, because we live in a capitalistic system, you know.
Real.
And unfortunately, who's hiring? You know? So what we're creating is an environment where it's going to be a powder keg until something changes on a macro level, you know? But where we are, all I can say is this. Like, if you're a young woman between the ages of 18 and 21, please, mambo yatoi tu chorea, because right now there is nothing more difficult than being a young mother, especially in this world, you know? Like, first and foremost, the opportunities that are at your disposal, they're very limited, because at the end of the day, you have a responsibility that a child will require you to stay alive. You know, these guys will come and they'll go. The Boda Boda Boo Boo will get the Boda Boda and go to another town. They'll go to other places, you know. And then you have a bunch of young women, but mtu amefika 25, kuna watu kama sita. That's not new. Go to places like Kilifi, that's the norm, you know. But we don't have these conversations enough for people to understand that there are people just like you and me. But the gap is knowledge. The gap is information. The gap is they think that Boda Boda Boo Boo will change their life. You know? And the truth of the matter is he cannot even change his own life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep.
Kila saa tunachangwa tu dumbfounded. Jameni.
Yeah, but
I have a question though.
Kuna so many problems.
I have a question. Naweza tupenda kusikia your unpopular opinion. Well, most of your opinions are
they are not so popular,
but something that's
unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular. Like, so you believe like maybe 70% of people will disagree with it.
Easy. You cannot be a feminist and want a provider man. You cannot be a feminist and not a provider man. Those are two polar opposites, right?
Okay.
Because let me give you an example. Provider men are not provider men out of benevolence. They're seeking control to some extent. That's the ugly truth. Now, there are some benevolent provider men, but there are few, right? Now, let's look at the majority that remain. They want a sense of control over you. Now, you as a woman who says, I believe in the fact that I am equal and I can stand on my own, why would you want a man to make you an infant and take care of you like a baby? You know what I mean? Make it make sense. You're a big girl, aren't you? You get?
Yeah.
Now, of course, I understand culture plays a part in terms of how we look at things. And personally, even me, the kind of man that I am not comfortable being with a person who, and maybe something I'm working on,
Okay.
who, how do I put it? I take care of business. This is how I've seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I felt like it was emasculating and I'm working through it because I came to understand the healthiest possibility is being in a position with an equal. That has been the toughest thing even for me to accept because me, the way I look at money, the way I look at things, if I'm not with an equal, I'll have to be with a woman who I take care of in such a way that the romance will die. Like, how can I respect a woman who at the end of the day expects me to take care of her like a child? You get what I mean? So my unpopular opinion is, genuinely speaking, if you're a feminist and you believe this is the kind of woman that I am, understand the kind of man that you'll most likely be comfortable with is a man who does not treat you like a child, treats you like an equal. And unfortunately, that, she puts me in my masculine era. No, he just treats you like you're an adult. You know? Like, let me give you an example. Like, you find a lot of, like, if you're a provider man, if you umezoesha wanawake hivyo, they start expecting you to do things. And I may not have an issue with it. You know, but then sometimes I sit down and ask myself, what boss babe would let me make that decision for them?
But
because sometimes it vexes me. Because let me give you an example. If you're a provider guy, no, it's okay, baby, you decide. I'm like, why? What do you want? How do you see this? What are your opinions, your views? You tell me what. Not because I don't have ideas of my own. It's because I don't seek to colonize other people. So I'm just like, it just feels uncomfortable, you know. But that's the dynamic. Usually start as equals and then, so that's, I don't know if that makes sense.
it does make sense. But in terms of being provided for,
It feels nice.
it does. But then again, I feel like maybe it's something I also need to uncolonize from my mind as well. Because, listen, even when we're in Diani for a family vacation, like even my dad says, whatever he does for us is like he sets a standard. Like,
But he's your father.
yeah, he does. He's saying even for your future, like from a point of, I don't want you to settle for less. And also
You'd want a man to carry himself like your father.
No, hell no.
You see, that's weird.
Hell no.
Because would I want a woman to carry themselves like my mom?
No. Yeah. But then it's that's why I'm saying I need to.
Yeah.
Because.
Because now imagine my mom comes and says, I'm taking care of you like this because I want you to see, I want to set a standard. I'm like, woman, go home. Like, what are you doing?
Is that not like a good thing? In terms of.
That's my
The
mom.
intention is not bad.
It's not from a bad intention.
That's
because
true.
It's like, I am doing my best for you to get the best. And like from a point of view, not settling, you know?
As a psychologist, I'll tell you this. We make the correlation of how we're treated with our parents because that is the biggest standard of care we receive because those are our primary caregivers. But as adults, the reason why teenagers end up hating their parents is so that they don't procreate with them. It's a natural urge to disassociate, you get? Now, when you start making a relation to how you were treated as a child with how you're treated as an adult, a lot of the time, usually it's a maladaptive relationship, right? Where you are mistreated in a certain way and you start becoming maybe anxious in your relationships, avoidant in your relationships, depending on where you are on the spectrum, you know. But at the end of the day, the healthier you are, the more you're able to make peace with how you were brought up in such a way that it does not currently affect how you date. Because you are an autonomous, independent human being. You get what I mean? Okay. So let me give you context. If I have a parent who says, I'm doing this to set a standard of care, I'm not going to have another variation of them. There's no comparison. They can only be good parents to me, period. You get? I'm loving you and treating you well because you deserve to be loved and treated right, not because for the next man. Why? Why are you putting yourself in that category as a parent? That's weird. Now, let's take it to the next level, right?
You're clocking my daddy. God damn. God Damn.
Let's take it to the next level, right? And this is a thing that women do and then subconsciously find themselves in spaces with men who they end up hating, right?
Okay.
Let me give you a context. You had a good dad who took real good care of you. And you associated that comfort with vulnerability, opening up. So you end up dating a man just like that, who provides and does that for you, right? Forgetting, your dad will come and tell you, go to bed, and you'll go to bed because he is your father, right? But that man comes and instructs you like that. As who? Now, that man sits down and asks himself, okay, si pesa ni yangu, si nyumba ni yangu. Are you seeing how now things now get down the line?
Like a parent-child relationship, you on the submission aspect, like obey your parents' submission.
Because there's an obligation of care from them.
Yeah.
In a romantic relationship, it is all volitional. You make a choice. So at the end of the day, the tough reality is you can't date down in any way. It will show at some point. You have to date an equal. You have to meet somebody where they meet you, Now, if you're a woman who enjoys to be taken care of, enjoys to be provided for, it is important that you work hard to do that for yourself. So that whoever you invite into that world, it's not, akisema hivyo, uko na yako. You get what I mean? It matches. And by the way, at that point, you're able to date healthy. But when you're trying to look for this as cover, it's the same way that men look for women to take care of them as children. A woman to cook, clean.
Yeah.
So I want her naive and malleable.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
it is for you to choose, though.
Yeah, very valid. But I think I was watching Kare from TikTok. But she was also talking about that line of thoughts, or rather the dilemma of being a feminist but still wanting to be provided for.
In a soft girl era.
Yeah. How are we drawing the line? Because the thing is, feminism is fighting for equal rights for women. Economically, job-wise, opportunities, every single thing. So if we realize a very utopian society where we've achieved that, a woman is earning more, has opportunities just like a man, then are we still expecting the man to still provide? Because there was a point where men were getting more, of course, more opportunities. They were the only ones allowed to work, get money, blah, blah, blah. And then that's why the woman was depending on the man, because the man had
the resources.
By
design,
And now we have now fought to a place where we also want the resources. We also want the opportunities. And of course, this affects how men as well are interacting with this. Like, we are competing for things 60 years ago we could not compete with the man.
That's true.
So does it mean that we also step up in providence?
When you say providence, the entire concept of providence for another autonomous human being is against the principle of, let me give you an example. I don't believe in the idea of feminism as a concept. I genuinely believe women are equal to men.
Yeah.
There's no part, because I've not seen it in any other way. Like, I saw my uka work, I saw my shusho work, I saw my dad work. I don't know how to compete in any other way.
Okay.
And maybe I'm privileged for that, and I've grown up in such a way that allows me to see things like that,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, those women that I've grown up around seeing them being free thinking, independent women, the idea of being provided for came after they were providing for themselves. So that they met somebody at their level. You get? Now, I understand the concept of course, like the reason why, let's say, my shosho, she was lucky enough to have a husband who, and by the way, that's the things that we're trying to fight against, right? And right now, let's be honest about something, right? Especially for a good chunk of like sectors, the pay gap has almost been the same.
Yeah,
especially in Kenya.
it's coming along, yeah.
I won't lie, there are many sectors, especially at the top, where there's a big discrepancy.
Men earning more.
Yeah, and leave alone men
for the
earning
same
more,
positions.
men getting more opportunities, you get. The way women are treated at the workplace, you get. It's a different equation, But when it comes to like the material resources kind of angle, women have, especially right now, talk to your people in finance, you'll come to understand. When it comes to who do we give loans to, it's women. Because they're safer bets. They're better with money. Who do car loans to? It's women. How do housing loans to? It's women. They have, it's balanced out, in some ways.
In some way.
So you ask the modern day girl, right? They use them, they use here. Ask yourself, right? If you are to meet a man who gave you the opportunity in terms of you didn't have to work anymore, quote unquote, they were taking care of you, versus a man who is not going to do that for you, but will love you, see you, will give you the companionship that you want, but will meet you more of an equal. what are you most likely to choose?
The latter for me.
I want as an equal.
Yeah, I concept here like not having to work bado
Haijaregister
haijaregister in my mind.
But do you think like women have a negative correlation to the prospect of like working? Because I feel like women for the longest used to work for failing families. They're working for the man who's not working for them. So this negative correlation with building a career, right? But I feel like right now, where we stand, like, aren't we in a place where women can aspire to have careers that genuinely just make them happy?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with providing for a bunch of people you don't like, you know? Which I mean, like, maybe it's time we start resetting that conversation, right? Mambo ya kukua provided for, it is a beautiful thing, but understand what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
You must be selling off something.
Because, you know, it's natural. It's so natural. Somebody will come and pay for something, take care of you, and then they will say, I would like us to do this. You will find yourself in spaces like, you know, kwa sababu alifanya, let me just... And you're not even telling them. You're not even coercing you or saying anything. But now what happens, it builds a pattern. Usually say yes, usually, you know. So the day you start saying no, they're like, oh, the fuck? And I usually, what do you mean? You know?
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, man. Mtu ametanga THOGUO kwa podcast kwa like, did it have to be today?
Oh my God. I think imefanya, like, there's so much to do. Do you guys think like the mind, I was thinking about it, mniambie kama thought process yangu ina, okay, THOGUO can tell me because he's the wise one. Mary.
Miss ko wise?
Uko wise. I'm joking. But I'm saying, do you think, I was thinking about it, like, the mind is so expensive. Like, whatever we feed into it, like, inakujanga I feel like solution has so many things as well as what we feed ourselves in the mind. Now, I don't know what's your take on that about the mind, guys.
I agree, 1,000%.
Like, everything sometimes is about perception. Well,
yeah, sort of, to some extent. I agree. Okay, there's this book that I love it, absolutely love it. But me being me, do I remember the title? No. Do I remember the name? No. It's about, we don't have a crunch for time, we have a crunch for attention. The biggest issue we have right now, and by the way, most people don't understand it, and every psychologist you'll come to understand something, they have a very healthy relationship with their phones. I am usually very unavailable because this thing is engineered to suck my attention. There are people smarter than me working with these things too. And by the way, it's not just... And it started off with how we interact with social media, our phones, but it's slowly rewiring many parts of our life, right? Because we're so used to like these quick dopamine hits from relatively nonsensical pieces of information that our brain images, that is the loop. So whatever that is of value takes a sustained level of attention, right? Like let's say if you're studying, let's say if you're working out or whatever, right? Even resting, right? It takes you putting some attention to, let's slow down, let's take things away, let's now focus on trying to get some sleep, right? But because of how we have like lived our lives, or rather how we're living our lives right now, even the simplest... Let me give you an example. This is something that all as therapists talk about it. Do you know how many people are struggling with sleep because of their smartphones? A biological thing, ata kunguni is in alalanga. You understand? Okay. But because of the element of free will, we find ourselves choosing something in an innocent way, not understanding that your brain is not wired to let go of that thing that easily. How many of us wake up and the first thing you do is touch your phone?
Guilty.
Hata hujakunywa maji.
Something I'm struggling with,
You know?
You are. Ulituanga ile time nini?
Unajua sasa, I used to nilekanga hiyo time ya 15 minutes inanikumbusha. Siku hizi hata naikanga ignore for today. Like, so I don't get them.
Oh, damn.
I'm into deep, guys.
The way you were serious?
I'm into deep. But on
I
that,
get it.
I was having a conversation with my boss. She's in her 60s. Anagonga 65 hapo. Ajakuwa social media present, like I think she quickly realized that this thing is not for me. Na ako ile level ya self-actualization, like you know, people who are actually trying to make a big difference in the city, in the country. And so Jana, I was explaining to her how TikTok works, and she could not believe. So she has never had TikTok on her phone or downloaded it. So I was telling her that Jota tukafungua TikTok yangu, you open this app and there's already a video flashing at you. And when you scroll, the next video is totally unrelated to what you're just from watching. Akaniambia, then you guys, your brains must be very fried. Because first of all, you're opening an app, you don't even have to search for what you want to see. Like, you are very ready to take in anything that comes. The moment you tap TikTok, ujui kama itakuwa my boda bubu, ama itakuwa football, ama itakuwa, like, how did we get to that place where we're like, wacha hata inichagulie kile nitaona for the next 30 minutes.
And do you know what? We love
minutes.
it. We love when
We
it
do
chooses
love
for us.
it.
That's what
We
TikTok
do
does
love
so
it.
well.
And till you see someone who has not interacted with TikTok, like, she only watches her news YouTube. And you know YouTube will go search. You'll be very intentional to say CNN live, then you go, you sort of detected what it is you wanted to watch with clarity, because you'll go search. But now we have this app where you don't even have to think about, and they've gotten it so right that they know you might want to see this.
They know how long you look at a post. They know how long it takes for you to like, and all of those metrics are checked so that they and you know, it's all being done in a split second to decide what video do we do for our next. And you know what? All those things are centered on what psychologists know to be the things that capture people's attention. It's either outrage, it is either something ridiculously funny, right? Or it's something that evokes a reaction out of you. You're forgetting that's happening every 15 to 30 seconds. And then how long do we do that for? Hours on end before we go to bed. Now, you think, okay, how does this affect how I date? The level of stimulus people require in relationships right now. Utaitwa avoidant because you're busy, because somebody's so used to attention. Like that, I need to... You're talking about that kind of excitement that you feel.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Like, we are operating at an unusual high.
Tuko hapa, you know?
Like, kitu itakubo because you're so used to another thing that's it's too fast moving. So these days I'm actually catching myself. I think, guys, nitaanza kufanya countdown kama watu waguzi pombe. Like, for the past 2 days, my phone has not been the first thing I'm touching. And I'm being intentional with it. Like, amka, draw your curtains, angalia nje, live like a normal human being. And I think the moment I had this conversation with my boss, and I'm like, when did I get to a point where ninaamka, I decide not to have my own thoughts. I want to scroll and pick up the thought that's on my phone. Like, that's so ugly.
Leave alone that it's killing our ability to think. It's killing our ability to process nuanced information. Let me give you an example, right? And this one will touch many.
Okay.
Kenyans, when it comes to like politics, our capacity to change things in a shanga, because change is not as interesting as you'd like it to be. It is long, it is tedious, it is painful, but it takes consistency. You get? Can we do it when we're angry enough? When we're angry enough, it takes a cycle of enough things to get us to that point of, you know. But at the end of the day, we are struggling with voter registration. Sisi tulienda tukapigwa marisasi nini, voter registration watu 25 wametokea. Unashindwa, what? You know? And you think it's so affecting you. Look at people's love life. It's affecting this. And you know what? There's a misconception that you can like willpower your way out of not using your phone. It doesn't necessarily work like that. It's like drinking. Right? You get to the point where you make that decision, yes. But you don't go to bars hoping that discipline will make you stop drinking. You make sure you don't go to that bar. Sometimes what that looks like is taking the technology away from you. Like it's not even, it's just that simple. Like, just create space and time and distance away from the technology so that you learn how to interact with it in a way that it is useful to you. Like, my FYP is full of funny things, educational things. So I've been posting about whales, you know. But it's set on a time where, like, this is my time to enjoy. This is my time to do research on, like, my audience, because I stalk by people to understand what are you into, what are you like, you know? Because you have to love what you do, you know. But at the end of the day, you have to step. You can't, because I remember trying like no, today limited. Once umeshika. Hey.
Fried brain.
Your brain is telling you, take it, boss, calm
Moja
down.
tu.
Calm down. We are in charge now, you know. But it's small things like that, and the worst thing is, right? so many of us are so young, not understanding why so many aspects of our lives are not coming together.
Okay.
Be it how we rest, be it how we relate with our families, be it how we relate with work, be it how we relate with where we are at in life, And a lot of these things just come from standing still and thinking and processing where you are, where you want to go. But the very thing that you require to give yourself that peace is the very thing that is taken away from you with the things that we use. Like even the culture that we have, ya kukunywa. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh.
But that's a story for another day. I mean, it's a story for today. We never know.
We just never, but time yetu hata iko
karibu kuisha.
The next person is almost here.
Damn.
Leo tumeshoot back to back. We
Back
love
to
it.
back
Hey,
to back to
jamani,
back.
like na feel too I need to think about my life, guys.
Every
is a
single
lot.
day for
Every
real.
single
But
day,
inakuanga
every
poa
single
kuhave
time.
these wake up calls.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because the honest truth is, and that is the thing that I'm the biggest advocate for, right? You have a life outside of your trauma responses, and most people have never experienced it. What I mean by this is, if I were to analyze some of your decisions, or your decisions, or even my decisions in the past, why did you choose that job? Because it gave me security, it gave me ABCD, ABCD, right? If you truly investigate the reasons why you do like specific things in your life, it came maybe from a place of fear, it came from a place of, the decisions that you made because of, I was inspired, because this just speaks of who I am, right? Most of us don't get there. You get? Leave alone that. Leave alone work. Sasa inakujanga sasa relationships, where the places where we have the most choice. You're choosing people who do not have the capacity to love you. You start thinking you're unlovable, and the whole time it's because you've built an entire life from your trauma responses. You've never taken the time to stand still. And all that takes away is your ability to actually live a life that's free, a life that's authentic, a life that's yours, Because it will come with problems. Afadhali shida zikuwe zako, siku ati unabeba mashida za. It's because I learned to do this in this space. Now I'm replicating the same problems from, My problems are so brand new, like even like my relatives can't relate. They're like, okay, but it took time. It takes time to sit with yourself. I would be in a relationship right now had I not decided to work on myself and do the things that I, But I would rather choose to be single and find the right person than, you know what I mean? And that's just...
But what if the other person changes?
Good for them. They'll be amazing for the person in their future. And I'm so happy for them. Hey. Time doesn't work like that. And that's the thing. And it's our generation, we struggle to let go. Like imagine you, and I said this before, if I was that happy and I was that fulfilled with somebody who eventually did not work out, imagine how I would feel with the love of my life. If I keep holding on to this person, what are the chances that I'm going to allow myself to meet as a person?
Okay.
But we usually get stuck there. And
okay, that's another way to look at it.
All right. So from today, I'm letting go, but I've always let go. Is this?
It takes time.
It does take time. It does take time. But oh my God, a lot to think about as a vision board, by the way.
THOGUO episodes.
You have you made a vision board for the year? Or you don't?
I don't do vision boards because I'm not really a visual thinker.
Okay.
I do have like a list. And usually it's a list of 12 things divided by like the quarters that you have.
Yeah.
And only 4 things are work related. Everything else has to do with my well-being.
Oh, okay. I genuinely need to start living, by the way. I think it's getting serious. I need to start living. But for me, the vision board sometimes is also like a form of manifestation. And I think I also need to reflect like achievements. I think naonanga tu na the things, this has happened, umepata hii pesa, umepata hii nini. But I need to also analyze how I feel, because I feel like hata hizi ni vitu nimekuwa nikijekea for such a long time, zinakuja tu zinakuwa like an outlet now. I really need to take my time. A story of well-being. Oh my God, crazy.
Life is for the living,
It is. I'll start living. I have learned.
Let's go.
Always learning and unlearning. I thank you so much for coming. Please come again and again and again and again.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Tunakupenda sana. Na third wheelers wanakupenda.
Third wheelers wanakupenda sana sana. Wanasemanga ikwe long, very long, very long. Well, aizo ni mkali, hatuwezi kuwa long sana. Yeah. What will be your last message to our audience?
this year, please be kind to yourself. Make a promise to yourself to love yourself a little harder, to give yourself a little more grace than you did last year. And above all else, whatever it is that you go through, understand that life is coming from you. It is not coming at you, okay? That's my parting shot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Nani
much.
Iwaya ananipigia hebu tusikie anasema yeye ndo the next person tuna shoot. Nimweke on speaker. Halo.
Yeah.
Uko wapi? Kumeandikwa nini? Unaona mali imeandikwa umeingia kwa building? Unaona nini basi? Kwani umetoka Bungoma? Haya. Nipe 2 minutes na conclude hii episode alafu nakuja. Mali? Uko correct. Sawa. 1 minute. Sawa to conclude before your news.
Sawa, with that guys, msisahau kusubscribe. Be part of the community. Tunawapenda sana and thank you so much. Happy 2026. Wishing you all the best, guys. Yay. And start living. THOGUO amesema we start living. So in 3, 2, 1. Bye.